Cato's Journey, a learning summary by Kimberly Kipp. Long ago, there lived a young woman named Cato. Her name meant all-knowing, but she did not feel like she knew very much. She spent her days watching shadows dance across the cave walls. At night, she dreamed of something more. What lies beyond this smothering stone, she wondered. On an otherwise ordinary day, an extraordinary thing happened. From the shadows emerged a man dressed all in white. He promised her the knowledge she so desperately wanted. With her guide, Cato stepped bravely into the light and fell down a wormhole. Down, down, down she fell until... But there was no time to dawdle. What is this? Your first lesson, Cato, is what these random items have in common. From agriculture to altered reality, these things represent technology, humankind's desire to apply knowledge for practical purposes. And what are these? Your second lesson, learning theories. And so Cato came to learn how people made sense of learning and knowledge. From behaviorism, with its emphasis on response and stimuli, to the much preferred experiential constructivism and beyond. With a blink, the images before Cato dissolved. A dark infinity stretched before her. Where are we? The correct question is when, replied her guide. Let us see how humankind has applied these theories. The new scene set before Cato overwhelmed her senses. Using sight and sound, learners can engage with new knowledge previously unimagined. That's amazing, Cato exclaimed. The images before her were beyond anything her imagination had cast against a stone backdrop. Be careful not to adopt technology too quickly, Cato, her guide warned. There is always a cost. What do you mean? There are some things you must know, Cato, if you are to temper your enthusiasm for educational technology. You may gain ease and amusement, but lose your focus and imagination. Cato understood the third lesson. Technology must be used mindfully to ensure learning. They journeyed on, the scene shifting once more. Let's try another. What is gained and what is lost? Cato thought for a moment. Learners discover how to collaborate and create using technology. They learn how to manage their time effectively and multitask, but, her guide interjected, but focus divided is no focus at all. She noted that the small screens full of knowledge were certainly distracting. It would again take mindfulness to navigate such power. The new scene confused Cato. I don't understand. Online learning, he explained, a necessity sometimes, helpful to some remote learners, inaccessible to others. Cato now understood her next lesson. Technology could unite, but also digitally divide. Equitable access was, unfortunately, a luxury when it should be a right. This technology has evolved rapidly and bears many names. As Cato observed what her guide called the web, she noticed it had two sides. One side gave through connection and collaboration. The other side took through misinformation and hate. As Cato journeyed further with her guide, she noticed more often the duality of each technology. Assessment technology made feedback faster, but lacked connection, fine for formative, inefficient for summative. Assistive technology made learning more inclusive, but it was not widespread and too often came with exclusive price tags. And what is this? A different way to learn and create? Be careful. It is often guarded by those biases and prejudices we spoke of earlier. As Cato observed the makerspaces, she grinned ironically to herself. This new way to learn seemed very much like the old way she had left behind. When Cato saw their last destination, she became angry. You've brought me back to the beginning. Why? No, Cato, look closer, her guide replied. This is a virtual landscape, often used to explore periods lost to time. They imagine my time and neglect their own? Sometimes, for entertainment or for education. The experiential advantages and human rights disadvantages are murky still. Her final lesson resonated deep inside her. Just because technology could be used didn't always mean it should be. Ethical, equitable, and effective use was a fine line too many crossed for profit. At last, they reached the end of Cato's learning journey. This is it for now. Tell me what lessons have stuck with you most. Cato considered carefully. A wealth of potential answers came to mind. Finally, she spoke. After exploring educational technology meant to incite learning, all I see are two sides of the same coin, held in the user's palm. Every technology is nuanced, helping and harming, giving and taking. It is the user, teacher, student who determines if the technology will be used mindfully or mindlessly. The tool reflects the user, and by extension, the society. Such responsibility and power requires guidance and thought. Her guide smiled. And now, Cato the all-knowing, where can I leave you? Home, she replied confidently. Leave me at the beginning. Why? To free others, to teach. And so, Cato's journey ended at her beginning. She was content to teach and never fulfill her name's meaning. To be all-knowing meant the learning ended, and she knew it never did. Thank you for listening. It has been an absolute blast. Take care all on your own learning journeys.